Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for today's second emergency broadcast. I thought one was going to be enough, but no, that was not the case. We're doing it again because we have another round of breaking news, folks. As time has gone on throughout the day, this is Saturday afternoon, we continue to get more and more information about Charlie Kirk's assassin, Charlie Kirk's assassin's gay transgender roommate. Both of them seem to be members of the far left, of the radical left. That seems to have influenced this assassination. And so there is just a massive rabbit hole that we are going to go down today. We also are going to touch base with everybody around the internet, what they are saying, all these other right-wing, left-wing pundits, news agencies. What is everybody saying about this? How are people reacting to this news? As it would seem, the FBI has now, through some other intermediary sources, has now said, allegedly, that they have reopened the case and they are open to the possibility, not reopen the case, but they are open to the possibility now, they are investigating the possibility now, that this assassin did not work alone, that he was not a lone assassin, and that this roommate, somebody else, likely this roommate, was actually a part of this entire process, the planning, the scheming, the plotting, the execution of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And so today, folks, we are going to dedicate yet another emergency broadcast here to getting to the bottom of this. So everybody, thank you very much for tuning in today. We are live right now, Matt Morris TV on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. We are live right now on Rumble at Matt Morris TV. Make sure to like and subscribe. We are here on x.com, Matt Morris TV, folks. Let's jump right into the news. And I'm going to try to do my best to go through all of this stuff in the most coherent way possible. I think we have a good flow here today, but this stuff is kind of all over the place. So bear with me. We're going to try to make sense of this. Thank you, everybody. Let's get into this. Difficult times we are living in. Let's jump right into it. So a couple hours ago, at the very end of today's earlier show, we were talking about how the FBI has identified, we know for a fact, that Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson, was roommates with a transgender individual, a transgender roommate. Well, the FBI has now come out in the last couple hours, midday today, and said they have confirmed they were in a romantic relationship. Tyler Robinson and the transgender roommate, they were, in fact, they were in a romantic relationship. One FBI official told Fox News Digital that the individual has been extremely cooperative and, quote, had no idea that Robinson intended to assassinate the Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk. We're going to talk about that, whether or not this individual really did, in fact, have no idea what Tyler Robinson was going to do. We're going to talk about that because we have some new news. We're going to break that down. I see a big super chat over here to kick things off. This is from Big T Bariatic. He says, the left is all over X gaslighting us and saying he's right-wing. I know they've been doing that for the last 36 hours. I am here today. Listen, folks, I'm livid. I am pissed off. These people killed Charlie Kirk. They killed one of us. They have been celebrating his death for the last 3 days. They've been having party. They've been reveling. They've been rejoicing in the death. They've been calling for more violence. And now they're trying to say that Charlie Kirk was actually assassinated by someone on the far right and that a leftist would never do this, etc. The gaslighting is disgusting. My fatigue is at maximum levels. I am going live. This is, like I said, this is the second emergency broadcast we are doing today for the sole and exclusive purpose, the motive, the intention of being here today is to set the record straight, to cut through all of the bullshit, the propaganda, the fake news, this lying press, this lying news that is pushing this fake narrative that Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a member of the far right, that the left had no involvement in this, that they are culpable in no way whatsoever for what has gone on here. Bullshit. Today, we're calling bullshit. We're setting the record straight. If you're here for that, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate it, folks. Let's get to the bottom of this. Charlie Kirk allegedly was assassinated by 22-year-old with a transgender partner while answering questions about trans shooters. You know that. In the moment that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he was answering a question about transgender shooters. He was mid-sentence answering a question about all of this transgender violence that we have seen in this country. Time and time again, we have transgender shooters. And now this shooter, this assassin, is not trans himself. But as it would turn out, the shooter was in a romantic relationship with a transgender person. Let's keep on reading here. Charlie Kirk was assassinated Wednesday while answering a question about transgender shooters, and the alleged assassin is a 22-year-old man with a transgender partner. Breitbart News reported that Kirk was shot and fatally wounded at about 12:20 p.m. during a Q&A at a speaking event at Utah University. Since then, law enforcement has identified and arrested 22-year-old Tyler Robinson in connection with the shooting. Now, Fox News' Brooke Singman is reporting that Robinson, quote, lived with his transgender partner. Now, by the way, at this point, this was the first report we had suggesting that Tyler Robinson was in a homosexual transgender relationship with his transgender homosexual partner. This is the first report we got a couple hours ago. We talked about this earlier on today. Now we are having corroborating report after corroborating report confirming this. It's report after report after report. Independent sources are coming and saying, yeah, this is what was going on. This is the first report we got earlier today from Brooke Singman, who is a Fox News digital correspondent. She said, Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson lived with his transgender partner, sources are telling me. The individual, who is a male transitioning to a female, is fully cooperating with the FBI. Sources tell me the FBI had text messages and other communications between Robinson and the individual, and that the individual, this transgender roommate, love interest, is now working with FBI, is working with the authorities. So we know what's going on here. Now, moving on here, we also have, like I said, we have independent reporters that are corroborating this and confirming this. Matt Walsh is one of them. He posted a couple hours ago today, Matt Walsh with the Daily Wire. He said, I have independently confirmed that Charlie Kirk's assassin did, in fact, have a transgender boyfriend. I like that he says boyfriend. Thank you for that, Matt Walsh. We're done playing the word games here. You're a homosexual. Great. That's great. You be a homosexual if you want. Okay, but we're not going to pretend that you're a woman. We're not going to pretend that you're in some, no. This is LGBTQ extremism, LGBT extremism. A lot more will be revealed soon. The far-right narrative is absolute bullshit, not even close to true. Do not fall for it, says Matt Walsh. And this is what we were talking about earlier today. And this narrative is still being pushed, like that super chat said a moment ago. Is that right now the far left, they are pushing this narrative, this rhetoric, this bogus, unsubstantiated propaganda that the far right is responsible for Charlie Kirk's assassination. Right now, check this out. You're not going to believe this. The far left, in fact, it's not even the far left. It's every single mainstream left-wing media agency. It's CNN, it's MSNBC, it's all of these online news agencies, whatever. All of them are saying that Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a member of the far right for not being right enough, for not being far right enough. That somebody further to the right than Charlie Kirk killed Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk was too moderate in his conservative beliefs. This is the bogus narrative that the left-wing media apparatus is trying to push right now. And by the way, I begrudgingly say this, that narrative that they are pushing, that Charlie Kirk was killed by a member of the far right, that narrative is proving to be incredibly successful, okay? Normal, everyday, regular Democrat, left-leaning voters, normie Democrats, they are latching onto that. They are latching onto that narrative. As far as everybody left of center is concerned, that is what happened. They've already accepted that as if it is the truth. It's not. It's completely concocted. This is a completely propagandistic, bogus, fake news, lying press narrative that the far right killed Charlie Kirk, but they are spewing that nonsense nonetheless, and people are latching onto it. People on the left are latching onto that. It is totally false. We're going to keep on going on here. Fox News had a report a couple hours ago. This is breaking news here. Take a look at this.
A Fox News alert. FBI sources tell Fox News Digital that the man charged with assassinating Charlie Kirk was living with a transgender partner. Bureau officials confirmed that Tyler Robinson was in a romantic relationship with someone transitioning from male to female. They say that individual is fully cooperating with their investigation, claims to have had no idea of Robinson's plans, and is not currently accused of any criminal activity.
Okay, now, first off, a couple things that are worth mentioning here. Everybody, rewind your brain about 2.5 days ago. One of the very first reports we got, in fact, this was a report, as far as I remember, before we even had identified who the killer was, there was this story going around that the assassin had sent a text message to his roommate saying, hey, can you come pick up the gun? I had to leave the gun behind. I had to ditch the gun. Hey, can you go pick the gun up? So that the authorities, the FBI, doesn't find the gun. Well, now we have more information. So the roommate that was requested to go to the crime scene and pick up the gun so that the FBI wouldn't find it, the gun that was used to assassinate Charlie Kirk, that roommate, as it would turn out, is actually Tyler Robinson's gay, homosexual, transgender lover. They were dating each other. They were roommates. So as the story goes now, Tyler Robinson actually, as he's fleeing, he's running away. He has not been apprehended yet. He sends a text message to his roommate, which is actually his homosexual, transgender lover, and says, hey, can you go pick up the gun? I had to leave the gun behind. And then the FBI finds the gun. So this is where we are now. That makes me think, listen, this roommate here, is it fair to say this person is an accomplice? Is it fair to say that this person kind of knew what was going on? That maybe they were a co-conspirator or a partner in crime? Because Tyler Robinson messaged him, hey, you got to go pick up the gun. Please go pick up the gun so the FBI doesn't find it. Yeah, listen, at that point, guess what? You're part of this. Now, the story goes right now, what we're being told is that this transgender homosexual roommate is working with the FBI. They're totally giving the FBI all the information they want. Okay. Honestly, probably if that is true, I guess we have to accept that is true or believe that is true. I would speculate that's because this transgender roommate is scared shitless. They know the jig is up. They got caught. Their plan, it was successful, I guess, regrettably, terribly, insofar as they did kill Charlie Kirk. They had probably wanted to not get caught after the fact, though, and now they are caught. Now they have gotten caught. Tyler Robinson got caught. The assassin, the alleged co-conspirator, the homosexual transgender roommate has also been caught. And so this person is singing like a canary, singing like a bird, because they probably want to try to distance themselves from this and not get in trouble here. I think it's too late for that, buddy. Now we have a super chat over here in Rumble. I want to take a look at this. Matt, I just want to put this out there. The Rancho Relaxo page on Facebook, it's terrible. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't know about that page. Anyway, I appreciate the super chat, though. Thank you very much. That's from JD on Rumble. Matt Morris TV on Rumble. Thank you very much. We have another super chat here I want to take a look at over here on YouTube. This is from Dave on YouTube. He says, thanks for the great coverage. We lost a wonderful person in Charlie Kirk. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. And we're going to talk about Charlie today. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Now, Charlie Kirk has been assassinated. We need justice. We need righteous and swift justice. That is how I feel, at least. Also, you know what? This is actually Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk. Last night, we were here, all of us together, watching her message to the nation, to all of us last night. And she herself, this is Charlie Kirk's widow, his beautiful wife, Erica Kirk. She came out here and said, listen, we need justice. We are in the middle of a spiritual war. This is spiritual warfare. Now is the time to double down and bring the fight to evil. We have been ignoring evil for too long, and now we need to bring the fight to evil's doorstep and put an end to it. Now is the time for righteous justice. And you know what? I'm with Erica. I'm with Erica Kirk on that one. So here we are today doing it again. We're doing our emergency broadcast number 2. Thank you all very much for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about today. Thank you very much. This is Martin D. Turner. One more super chat, then we're going. CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, all of them. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I want to show you, folks, this is what, this is the roommate. This is the homosexual transgender roommate. People have, internet detectives have found his TikTok page. A lot of this information is getting scrubbed off the internet, but some of it has been found and identified. Here's one video, just so you know who this person is, what they sound like, what they look like. This is the transgender roommate.
For Christmas, I got one of those cookie boxes, but here's the magic part. Watch this. There are actually cookies inside of here, and I've never seen that in my life.
So, totally unrelated video to anything. But anyway, this video, the reason I show you this is because this is the homosexual transgender roommate who right now is allegedly a co-conspirator in the Charlie Kirk assassination, who is right now singing like a canary to the FBI, probably trying to save his own skin, trying to save his own hide. What about that hide? Maybe the hide needs to be skinned. Wait a minute here, folks. I believe we just disconnected real quick. Folks, are we here? Are we still live? I think we just had a slight little hiccup in the internet connection here. I think we're good. Everybody, we are good. Thank you. Sorry about that. Now, let's keep moving on here. There was an Axios article that came out 10 minutes ago that I want to read with you folks. Take a look at this. Can I read?